OLDC 2023. Simplicity is valuable. No dragon coins or 3-up moon. The masochist may not press the blue switch. Alright, I'm not going to press the blue switch. Let's start with that. There's some cheap Super Famicoms on eBay, so if you want to sell your SNES too... Oh, wait. Probably want the Life Farm first. What?! Wait, what?! That seems wrong. Well, I guess I'm stuck in this. I don't remember there being hands. Equivalent of hands. In original Mario World. But oh, there we go. Is this actually in default? I've never seen this before. Unused Koopa guy? Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, I have to say, like, the Famicom itself, the Super Famicom, feels so super solid compared to the SNES. Like, the buttons and everything are just a lot more satisfying. You will definitely give this a shot for a bit. I am highly dubious. This isn't so bad so far. Not mechanics I'm a huge fan of, but I do appreciate someone trying to do something with the Switch Palaces. Oh, you... What? I think something didn't spawn, or it spawned and I didn't see it. Let's try this again. Oh, that didn't help. Can I get past it? Congrats, Wiener. Alright, so what we've learned here is you can, in fact, just walk past it if you feel the need to. Demonstration of it on the cutting room floor. Fully functional, just not used. Interesting. Yeah, no, never seen it. Like, I respect anybody who's gonna try and find interesting ways to use what exists in Lunar Magic by default for this. Like, definitely more weird mechanic creativity this OLDC than the past one. Since I judged that one, I'm definitely in a position to state that. Dang it. Oh, there isn't a demonstration on the cutting floor. That's really odd. You think someone would have just gone and put up something like that? That's a dumb way to die. Level name supposed to be? That's a valid question. It's kind of a common problem with contest levels, is sometimes people just don't name their levels for no apparent reason, or sometimes you have to like look up what they named their level in the thread. Which is probably what I will end up doing when I need to look up find out what the name of the level is. Because I always put all this stuff on YouTube, and I have a gigantic script that handles that kind of thing, but it needs to know level names. And by gigantic script, I mean, like, I copy and paste the most recently used script and change it lightly. Every once in a while, I'm like, I should move this to a completely data-driven sort of model, and then I'm like, no, each one of these seems to have different irritating constraints, and I don't want to deal with it. So, copy and pasta forever, I guess. Or at least for now. What else? What else has been going on? It's a grindy type level. Shouldn't be surprised. Like, I don't want to, like, mention the name in case someone echoes it. I don't want, like, the judges to see. Because I definitely had, like, a judge show up in chat the other day, and I was, like, a little bit weirded out by that. Because, like, as a judge for other contests, I never go into other judges' streams when they're judging, just in case I see something new and it spoils me on it. Different people do things different ways. And usually I include, like, a message, judges keep out or something, but I figure post-testing it shouldn't really be unobvious. But the only exception is, like, once I've already written what I've written down and my scores for a given level, I'm like, I could go watch a judge play this level. I have no problems now. But that, again, is the personal way I handle this. Other people do things other ways. I might go hit that blue switch. Especially if I can't figure out what to do after that certain point. Like, is the answer just to scroll the screen and jump on the cluster? Because, like, that's the only obvious thing I can see, but the jump after that is blind, too. I guess I could make an exploratory jump with the screen scrolled as far right as possible to see what I'm missing. Which, of course, presupposes I can get past that drop. Oh, hey. I didn't even notice that. Not one to Mike Judge. How you doing, Noah? No, I like the dumb joke they had in Arrested Development, where they got a guy whose first name was Judge to be a judge entirely because his first name is Judge. Paper John. It's inevitable. Just inevitable. I'm gonna have to look into actually playing this, just to know the true horror within. What does Paper John actually want in life? Like, we don't even know what this guy's deal is, beyond this is what he looks like. Was he in some sort of horrible chemical factory accident? Did he pick this kind of life for himself? I think they're just ever so slightly off screen, so I'm safe right now. Oh, I screwed it up. But there's all sorts of questions here. Ones that will not be answered anytime soon. It's one of the best stupid fake-outs in television history. They're going to reveal Cartman's true father. And it's like, and those questions will not be answered. Instead, we're going to give you Terrence and Phillips, the Lazy J Ranch mystery. I screwed up again. It's truly a very stupid way to go about it. But I appreciate a good troll that, you know, actually costs people something. First, I'm going to need a lot more lives the way this is going. How much you want to bet that every... Let's see. I guess I don't really know the standard judges all that well. Like, my money says each and every one of them goes and hits the blue switch fairly quickly, but we won't know till after the fact. There we go. Whew. Plonk. No, gotta go a little bit earlier for that. It's the same gimmick over and over. Yeah, it does make me wonder how other levels will work in the compilation, because there is a compilation that's happening. I think someone is already, like, heading it up. I want to say Haraga, but don't quote me on that. But I wonder how it's going to handle the Switch Palace stuff, because I think at least a few people are using Switch Palace blocks as demarcation for Kaizo blocks. Which, you know, kind of works. Isn't Cartman's father his mom? Yeah, they retconned that. His father was Scott Tenorman's dad, I think. Because the Denver Broncos were having a really good season. They had to protect the Denver Broncos. It was a very bizarre episode. Also love how they got rid of the Jurassic Park guy after, like, a few years because he became culturally irrelevant. Just no one really cares about Richard Hammond. No, not Richard Hammond. What was that guy's name? Richard something. Pretty sure Richard Hammond is one of the Top Gear guys. Look, James Hammond. I'm getting things mixed up, aren't I? Maybe it is Richard Hammond. Anyway, I still need to see about getting Trespasser to work on this Squiggle box. I need to spend some time doing, like, just some tech check stuff in the near future. Because I did get the CDX from Squiggles, and the Mansion of Hidden Souls CD did come in the mail today. So I need to see if it's going to work. Because I want to play Mansion of Hidden Souls on stream. Both of them. I was too early, and unfortunately timed. But yeah, I have the CDX for that. I've got the Sega Saturn set up for that, I think. I haven't like dusted it off in a while, but I can't see why it would just suddenly start failing. Should be interesting if you're into FMV adventure games, which I know at least some of you are. Already played through Gabriel Knight 2, which is probably one of the better FMV games. Will John make it to the first 30 seconds? I don't think he will. Even with them being Mario seconds. I'll say at least, you know, being the cognizant hacker he is, the one who made this. If there's 200 seconds on there, it's because it's going to take 200 seconds or less. This is probably not a time-constrained level. It's probably fairly short, if I had to make a guess. The time has come to cheat. Was doing the dishes last night, and I finally got to the portion of Alice Through the Looking Glass where they do the Walrus and the Carpenter, which is where that line is from. The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things. Which surprisingly comes up, like, halfway through the poem. And bizarrely, the entire poem is about eating oysters. Which shouldn't surprise anybody, really, at this point. God, I hate those things. Alice in Wonderland has been some interesting nonsense, but it's absolute nonsense. I am very much looking forward to being done with this book. Can tell that I'm looking forward to being done with this book because I'm not listening to it that much when I'm walking around. I got through probably like 4 or 5 books before Alice, and now I've kind of stalled out. It was only been a short period of time, like mostly August and September. That was a bit early. I think I've set on my next one. I think I was gonna do a C.S. Lewis book. He had a trio of sci-fi novels, and apparently Audible doesn't charge you for them, so I may as well pick those up. At least the first one. Make my decision after the fact. If I want to continue the series. Or I might bug my sister to ask if she's got a decent fantasy recommendation. Because she usually does. So my current non-fiction book has also left me a bit cold. I thought it would be interesting, but it turned out to be mostly a project management book. It's about the creation of the P6 architecture, which ran the Pentium Pro, Pentium 2, I think Pentium 3 as well, and was later revived for the Pentium, either Pentium M or Core, I forget. But it had some interesting asides, such as Compaq being very angry that they decided to include the level 2 cache on the chip, which previously was something not done. You'd always have a separate level 2 cache that was sitting near the chip on the motherboard. And apparently Compaq made a lot of money by building fast computers that had level 2 caches in the right places and making sure that that worked. Didn't realize they were so big in the server game, though. That was like the one... I did it again. Big surprise. But yeah, the anecdotes he's telling between the things we learned about project managing hardware projects are quite good. The problem is I have no interest in learning how to manage a hardware project like that. There is no point in my life where I will be in charge of that kind of thing, and such lessons are kind of wasted upon me. But I digress. I think the funniest one was that they were getting pretty annoyed that it had to do with meetings. They'd have meetings, and they used to have them in their cubicles because then they wouldn't have to erase what was written down. But the problem with that was it was annoying the other people in the nearby cubicles, and so they'd get conference rooms scheduled. But the problem with that was that the janitors would frequently go and clear up their scribblings on whiteboards. They couldn't just restart their meeting after the fact. And also, with scheduled meetings, people knew where they were, so they could come by and ask them irritating questions. And then after that, they found an abandoned storage room, stole a bunch of whiteboards and hung them in the abandoned storage room, and called that their meeting room, which had dual advantages of no one knew where they were and what times they'd be there, and no one could erase their handwriting off the whiteboards. Until the guy who actually owned the storage room evicted them from the storage room. Which is still kind of a funny, like, Skunk Works style thing, at least. There we go. Oh, God, I'm late again. I need to pick a time on that. Good luck. Thanks for good luck, Swanch. How you doing? Well, speaking for masochists, I was watching Rymac Races a bit before I started. I had a few things I had to do before getting stream started and just put on some background noise. And that level looks fascinating, but painful. The key gimmick is carrying power-ups. Like, as if they're... Did it again! As if they're shells. Which is really a cute gimmick. I wonder how much ASM it took for that to work. Or if they could just reuse a bunch of stuff for that. But given that when I left, someone was on the 3rd section of, I believe, 6. I figure they'll be at it for quite some time. Chilling, getting late here. Yeah. I don't know what time zone you're in. But it's pretty early here. It's only 6 p.m. I might only get like 3 levels done at this rate. Question is really, how long am I going to go until I push the big blue button? I'm very tempted by the big blue button, but I really want to have another shot at that one jump first. This is less ideal. But actually, there we go. Okay, not completely safe, but still somewhat safe. That was dumb. It's definitely a level that encompasses a lot of things I generally do not like. Slopes, generators. There we go. Bullet bills. This is all about managing timers. Which I didn't do well there. Like right there, like you saw that. That was 6 bullet bills all arranged such that they were all going to kill me. Like some sort of like, I don't know, serial killer in a movie bullshit. There are 6 guns pointed at you. You move too close to anything, it will explode. Cube, I guess is what I'm thinking of. Because I've actually seen Cube, and I have not actually seen any of the Saw movies. Not really intending to, either. I'm not a huge, like, horror for the sake of horror fan. A little bit later. Earlier. Horror for the sake of horror fan. But Cube is at least an interesting thing, because it was a very independent Canadian production. Had a very low budget, and exactly 1 set, so the whole thing was done in CG. Back in a time when, like, that wasn't as special, or that was kind of special, as opposed to nowadays, where everything is all CG all the time. Interesting, but it's really bad. It is really bad. It's not a good movie by any means, but, like, most horror movies are not good movies. Like, horror as a genre just is not good. It's mostly there for, like, shock value, some amount of gore, that kind of thing. Like, I would be... In fact, you know what? I'd be curious. I doubt that a single Oscar, and that's not a good measurement of goodness, I will fully admit, has ever been given to a horror movie. I guess maybe Psycho? Does Psycho count as a horror movie? Always early. Like, I'm struggling here to come up with a movie that would be, like, lauded by critics, but is also a horror movie. Because, like, just in general, I just don't think Siskel and Ebert gave too much of a crap about horror movies. And they were pretty knowledgeable about movies outside of their general domain anyway, like, and things outside their general domain. If you ever watched their review of The Wizard, one of the comments was, it says he's playing Zelda, but I know that that's not what Zelda sounds like. Another one called Circle, 100 people in an alien room and it's a death game. Oh, lovely. Patrick Bateman is literally you. You have fancy business cards that you are angry about people having fancier business cards. Quite literally, I know only 3 things about that movie. Business cards, the ATM that wants a cat, and the hip-to-be-square sequence, which I still think Weird Al and Huey Lewis did better. Oh, I guess I could come up that way. Of course. Favorite movies are horror? Oh, nice. I mean, interesting. All right, so what would you say is your favorite horror movie, then? Because, like, I cannot point to a horror movie that I really like, but I don't really watch any of them. Like, I think the last horror movie I might have, like, watched and enjoyed might have been, like, Jason vs. Freddy, because it was so ridiculous. But The Shining? Oh, The Shining? Yeah, The Shining's fair. There are some, like, more... I don't know, that's probably a word. Artistic's not quite the right word here. But certainly better written. I guess that's Stephen King, so it does make a fair bit of sense. Your average Stephen King book-based movie is going to be marginally better than the 18th sequel to Scream. Get Out was really good. I've heard good things about that one. That's fair. But again, I don't watch very many movies, especially newer ones. Not out of any, like... protest. Oh, thanks for the follow. Not like out of any protest, just out of like I just don't watch many movies. The only thing I've been watching a lot of recently, and only because I found out that not only is it on YouTube, it's on YouTube legally, bizarrely. Don't have to pay money for it, either. The company that owns the distribution rights to Iron Chef just has put most of them on YouTube, so I can go watch the OG Japanese Iron Chef, and, you know, it's good watching for 40 minutes. Silence of the Lambs, not horror? No, I guess you're probably right on that front. Maybe I'm just taking horror too narrowly. It's like, in general, I think of, like, movies that people watch around Halloween. I think more, like, in the trauma horror direction. Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, things that aren't really well done, but are enjoyable. Can I even call that not well done? I don't know. The 2 Friday the 13th movies are really good. Are there only 2 of them? Or is this one of those we disavow knowledge of the other ones? Crime thriller? Similar to Saw 1. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is like some of these you could put under other genres. And I usually just, when I think of horror, I think of like schlocky horror. And that might just be the problem here. I couldn't push buttons. Kept getting stuck. Like, you could make an argument, I guess, that Psycho is a psychological thriller and not horror, but I don't know. I feel like we're starting to get into, like, metal or electronic genres of salami slicing. Like, is it melodic death is it melodic death metal, or is it black melodic metal? These make a difference somehow. But the argument is ultimately pointless because no one actually cares. But it's a fun time. It's a fun kind of argument to have. I will be completely frank. The most pointless arguments tend to be the best kind of arguments because honestly, no one walks away being angry about it. Usually. The psychological horror thriller. So, well, we've got 2 out of 3. Okay, that worked out way better. I don't know why I kept trying the right side. I still don't know what this is asking of me. I'm going to try to land on the cluster and see what I can get done. I don't think that's doable. Okay, oh god, alright, so I guess what it's asking out of me would be land on the cluster, hope that the bullet bills on the left side spawn, so that I can make that jump across and under onto the other bullet bills, and hope those spawn so I can jump on those more? I'm not really sure. Like Spider-Man movies. More than one genre. Spider-Man movies need a fair bit of comedy and drama to work. You can't just have Spider-Man punch a guy and call it a day. I mean, I think that's fair, but I think that comic books as a medium generally don't take themselves, or at least didn't ever really take themselves all that seriously in the hero, cape sort of domain. Superhero domain. Spider-Man was always, cracking one-liners. No matter which instance of Spider-Man you're looking at. My personal favorite thing is when Spider-Man had to deal with I need to go hit the... I am not going to be able to make that jump. I'm just going to go hit the box. I need the switch. I do not see a way to make that work without some, like, Kaizo-level bullshit. It's theoretically possible. I don't see myself being able to do it anytime soon. Did get the ump, though. So, small victories. Yeah, like, humor in action-adventure movies definitely has stuck. It's been a pretty common thing. Like, even Star Wars has its moments of levity. There's certainly other examples. Alright, let's see how well I can play this level now that I've enabled the cheat box. Just going back, even like Shakespearean dramas frequently have humor in them. Stuff Alan Moore made. Yeah, he made more serious stuff. Watchmen, I think. Was he also... It's not Alan Moore who did Sandman. Yeah, I've never gotten around to reading Watchmen. I think... Was that Alan Moore? I did read in The Invisibles, a decent chunk of it. One of those I probably should go back and actually finish. Because The Invisibles was weird. In the fun, weird way. Not in just, like, weird for weirdness' sake. Yeah, it is also weird for weirdness' sake. Okay. Are you kidding me? I should have just tried the jump. Well played, I think. Well played. I definitely done been trolled. Neil Gaiman, thank you. Yeah, I knew I was off somewhere. Never read Sandman either. I think that's just another, like, more serious take on the genre. Nope. Been babysitting a new kitten and he won't get off your desk attacking the bullet bills. Oh, that sounds adorable. That sounds really adorable. Was that falling platform even visible on screen? Because I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should just try the jump. Taking some faith. Like, I came up with a convoluted way it could work, and honestly, there's no harm in resetting here. Like, if I reset, whoop-de-doo, I lose my 37 lives. So I could try it again with that knowledge, but I think I want more knowledge before I try it again. Kittens have no business being so cute. I mean, that's what their business is. That's why you want to have kittens, because they're cute. Like, that's the whole point of cat. They're very domesticated. To be adorable as all hell. And then murder everything within sight that they can get their hands on. Which was a pretty desirable feature for a long period of time, especially because, like, cats kept rats out of grain. People like grain. You can't go against the grain. Okay, so first off, I'm going to scroll right and see if I like the position of the bullet bills better there. Nope. How about that? Well, I think they're marginally less likely to accidentally kill me. Ugh. Fourth cat. Also, this fourth one suddenly thrust upon you. Have 2 cats and 1 kitten, but you can't. Yeah, 2 cats is a lot of cats. I have been told frequently I should get a cat, and then I tell them I am not going to. Not because I don't like cats, but because I do enough travel and stuff that it just wouldn't be fair to the cat. Like, this year alone, I've spent probably at least 2 months away from home. Or at least will by the end of the year. So... going to the East Coast come November 19th. So I've got to finish up a few things before then. Currently on the docket, I'd like to get my 2 ongoing requests completed. Like, finish up Dark Souls, finish up Equinox. Equinox would be the easier of the two by far. I think there's about 2 hours left in Equinox. To be fair, I think there's about 2 hours left in Dark Souls, if I say nuts to the DLC, but I haven't said that yet. Yeah, I should at least give it the old college try. But those are the things of prime importance. Finishing that and the 2 request stuff. And then, of course, you know, any other silly thing I feel like doing. Like to do Trespasser. Like to do the N64. Oh, that's another one actually coming up. Once the ROMs are out for that, I'll probably spend some time looking at NES Dev Compo. Or just NES Dev. Because they do a competition every year, and it's usually worth a quick playthrough of most of the games, or at least see what this game is about and decide if it's for you or not. Like, sometimes you find something you really like Crowborg. Other times you find things that really aren't for you. Like Philosopher's Football, which really wasn't for me. But that's supposed to be coming out. They're supposed to be done with that by the end of the month, I think. The contest ends by the end of the month, and so people have to turn in their work. First cat, you were just going to deliver pants to your cousin, but they were like, oh yeah, I'm moving out, here's my cat, otherwise he's going to be a stray out there, so you agreed and thought, take him in and be your only cat. Then you got another cat as a birthday gift and find yourself an abandoned stray kitten under a porch, and now there's another abandoned stray in your work's garage. Oh my. Got an automatic cat feed, you can control channel points. Oh, that's kind of cool. I think you mentioned that before. Bought Dark Souls on Switch and really ended up liking it. It's an interesting game. It took me, I want to say, about 20 hours into the game before I could say I was having fun. Part of that is because I've never played a Souls-like before, and my third-person skills are not great that I can think of. Just gonna keep getting got like that. But I can definitely say, as of now, I am having fun with it. Actually went and published the, what was it, 6th? 5th part of that entire thing on YouTube the other day. Or yesterday. Today. That's how that sentence ends. Today. So I keep up a fairly respectable sized queue. But try to put all the request stuff on weekends. Which reminds me, I need to finish up doing whatever minimal editing I need to do for Deltarune. Because like all I need to do there is really just up the volume on the game audio, and I have the ability to do that now. I hate bullet bills. But I also think that I'm probably playing a bit wrong, not using wikis, only infrequently asking chat, what the hell should I do here? Like, I've played it from a position of complete ignorance, and it shows. One of the comments I got on the very first VOD on YouTube was, this is like watching an AI learn to do something completely new. And I'm like, I can't argue with you, but it certainly isn't a flattering statement. So... that's... oh no! But yeah, that's a request that's probably going to take me the longest to complete out of all of them. Previously, the winner was Final Fantasy II, I think. But the Dark Souls has definitely taken the cake. Especially, like, because there's a number of streams where I accomplished almost nothing. The game does not make it clear what your goals are at certain points. And you definitely, if you're not using a wiki or something, need to keep notes. Especially if you're playing it kind of infrequently, because Luis requested it. No, Louis requested it. Louis Doucet. Louis requested it. Too many L's. And trying to find times that will work for him has been difficult between the constraint of him living in Japan, which basically limits it to basically 2 windows in any given week, and that he's been judging like multiple contests that start with a K. He's finished up playing KLDC. I don't know if he's actually completely done. That's not for me to say. But he started doing playthrough of Kuso Level Design Contest. So. Post the cat in Discord. Oh, good! I was kind of hoping I'd get a picture of the cat. I didn't want to say it, but, you know, I did want a picture. How you doing, Faro? Mint chip ice cream. Oh, that sounds good, actually. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Yo, do you go off times where he can be in chat, or does he watch VODs? He usually is in chat. There's been a few instances where he hasn't been for reasonable reasons and stuff, but I usually would go for times when he could be watching on chat. That's my general hope with the timings. How you doing, Fries? Dark Souls 3 took you less time than Dark Souls 1? I think that's what I read. Okay. I can stand here and be safe. About 3 weeks. Haven't done the DLCs, though. Fair. Yeah, I just barely started the DLC last time I did that, which was like 2 weeks ago. I would have seen about trying to do it yesterday, except a friend of mine who usually phones in for D&D was in town, and we were going to hang out after the fact, but he was literally falling asleep at 9 p.m. So instead, Squiggles dropped me off at home, and then dropped him off where he needed to go, because where he needed to go isn't far from where Squiggles lives. We were going to hang out for a bit, and I was going to drive him home after that. Well, really to his mother-in-law's house, but same basic premise. White milk or dark chocolate? In general? I'm a dark chocolate fan, but I've had some milk chocolates that have been actually really good. I went to the Seattle Chocolate Festival a couple weeks ago and bought way too much chocolate. Not by volume, by cost. Have some really delicious Japanese chocolate. Green Bean to Bar, which is not a good name, but they make good chocolate. As well as a bunch of others. Some interesting infusions. There was one I bought purely because I'd been to the place before. It's like, yes, we make this in Kerala, and I'm like, oh, I've been to Kerala. That's cool. I have to buy this and bring it over to my in-law, who is also from Kerala, who is from Kerala as well as a chocolate. I'm not from Kerala. I would be a very different person if I was from Kerala. But white chocolate straight out. White chocolate is just pointless. I cannot into white chocolate. White chocolate and milk chocolate, just diluted chocolates. You say dark chocolate. Interesting. I mean, hardline approach. Especially if you're over in the European area, you can get some really good chocolates. It's much in more common places. And also, what's up, Matt? How you doing? Just cannot leave. Whenever I'm in a run here, I can't really just get distracted too much. Walked into one of the DLCs and got stuck at those 2 demon bosses. Did the final boss instead. Interesting. Liking dark chocolate more over the years. Absolutely despises dark chocolate. That's how I gained a taste for dark chocolate, actually. Is that my siblings didn't want it. And so when we went trick-or-treating, I could get all of the dark chocolate. For me. And that just seemed like a better deal. What? What the heck is this? What is under that block? Getting really good dark chocolate in the Middle East when you were there? Like 20 years ago? Oh, I believe it. I'd believe it. Requests? So yeah, if people want to request a specific OLDC level, they can. Currently, the only things in there are Zucati trying to get me to play their level again. Which I don't exactly want to, because it's all slopes and munchers, and slope munchers, and muncher slopes. And Daizo's level. But Daizo is somewhere else. He's indisposed. So I will not be playing that level today. Unless by some miracle I somehow run out of levels, which I really doubt is going to happen at this point. See 1 row of pixels from the platform. Ah, okay. Enjoying less sweet things. OLDC number 1. Alright, I haven't played number 1. I'll play it. Sure. I'll play the level marked number 1. When you're on an object like that and it just barely pips you up, so you're stuck with a jump you don't want, when you're just about to make a jump, is one of the least enjoyable things. You know, I was doing okay there. Things were moving in the right direction. That was a really good. Number 0, Iggy's Castle. I don't believe so. Do you know what number that is? Kaizo24, did you make that? I doubt. I don't know who made... do I have the Kaizo authors around here? I don't have the Kaizo authors around here. I'll give it a shot, time depending. This is was planning to be a relatively short stream. I got the ump again, at least. Didn't make it. Completely separate hack. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of it. Do you have a link? I'd be curious. But yeah, I don't know who made Kaizo level 24. Perfect. I love Pokey. Just look at him, he's so happy. I never can keep a power-up through any part of this. Not that I'm sure it'll help all that much. Standard, okay. Groovy. We'll have to take a look. Also think I might take a brief stand break in a moment. Usually prefer to do that between levels, but this has not been going the direction it needs to go. Being big makes it more difficult. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Oh, that's old. What is this? Oh, hack testing. That would explain it. Interesting. Yeah, I'd consider playing that. What's up, Rock Vinyl? How you doing? Looking at that name, and I'm like, I know that name. Or not Rock Vinyl, I mean the person who made Zero Iggy's Castle. It's been a long time since I've played something by that person. No! What is this? Pokey! Are we talking about the particular thing? Here, just drop the link in chat, me as well. Something by Serial. Yep. I think the last time I played something was a Serial Wakana collab, and that was like QLDC, the first QLDC. It was a long time ago. They made... it was something really funny. It had a Christmas name, but it was not remotely Christmas themed. The part I remember most is that there's like average custom boss enjoyer and something else. Like it was very much a Chad, Virgin versus Chad meme. That was the intro door to the next area, which was kind of fun. That worked out. Well, this? Okay, cool. Yeah, I cannot see the 1 pixel of tile there. Where'd my 1 pixel of tile go? Sarah makes good stuff. True that. You're good? Excellent. Ah. I think even with the cheaty blocks, this is still really hard. I think I made a poor decision when I'm like, oh yeah, this will be good. It's good. I'm not sure it's... I mean... I just hate when that happens. I don't feel I have any control over that. Bad girl, unfortunately. It happens. It's a good day for it. The Halloween day. Well, Halloween day celebrated by people who wish to celebrate Halloween by drinking copious amounts of alcohol day. Which means I'll probably be hearing a lot of wooing in the near future. But yeah, this level's just waiting for cycles to line up. Sometimes when you can't see the cycle. It is not one of my favorite things. I remember if Nitrogen's level was the one I actually like cheated on and bailed on for... In fact, it might have been for QLDC. No, CLDC. Yeah, CLDC. Because it was tediously long and there were no checkpoints. Had hack stuff on your mind again, trying to figure out how you want to approach it. We'll see. That's good. Alright, cool, I got up here big. And the next sentence was, and now I'm going to get hit by one of the bullet bills that I had limited control over. Hey, look, the fuzzy didn't spawn. That was nice of him. Okay, back here. That didn't work. 1 extra point for having sleep slopes. I'm not surprised. Not surprised you think that way. Okay. Right over. Have one of those 1.5 quart tubs of mint chocolate chip entirely to yourself. Oh, nice. Had slowly for 2.5 weeks, only about half done. It's for the best to take those things slowly. It's one of the reasons I don't buy ice cream very much anymore, since I just eat all of it. Like, even the small Ben & Jerry's things tend to last about 2 days in my house. Just easier not to purchase. Just know it's happening, and it always happens. Hyper 6 energy, absolutely. I think nitrogen's pretty old school, which would explain a few things. I have to look up if that is the level, and I might do that if and when I go to the bathroom in the near future. Keep eating your Halloween candy, but it's probably fine because no kids coming anyway. That's why I don't buy Halloween candy either. Because I always buy, like, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, because those are the best candy. Halloween candy in my mind. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy, you know, fancier chocolates and other things. But as far as, like, things you can give kids for Halloween, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the most palatable to me. And so I would always buy them when I lived somewhere where there might be children coming. Children never came. So I just end up eating a bunch. I put them in the freezer and eat them cold, which is, you know, nice. But still, I'd end up eating them all, which defeats the purpose. Yeah, frozen candy is generally better than regular candy. That's also an opinion I have. Like, frozen Twix, better than regular Twix. Frozen Milky Ways will just break your jaw. I wouldn't recommend that, though. If you like teeth and having them. Do not recommend it. How to make a Hyper 6 level. Have a bunch of shit shooting at you, then give the player barely any room to stand. Yup. Sounds about right. I mean, also adding the this level is annoying enough without the generator. Alright, I'm at 1 life. I'm gonna get up for a quick sec, have a stretch. I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna set my lives to a large number. Sandbag, move on the map to another location, and then get up and take a short break. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, back to the instantaneous level. Now, do note that I could easily skip this level and get my congratulations for free, but no. I don't know why I do that. Tillamook? Absolutely. Big fan. Usually every time I go to Costco, I get a big brick of their sharp cheddar. Sharp white cheddar. I am very happy with my Tillamook products in general. I believe they're an Oregon-based, state of Oregon-based dairy company. Occurred to me that could have been misconstrued in a hilarious way, so we're not doing that. Close. Brand of ice cream, nice. Yeah, I never have their ice cream. I probably should give it a shot, but their cheese is top-notch. Like, I generally am very happy with the, like, what, 3-pound blocks of cheddar I get. One of those signs I need to go to Costco is when I run out of frozen ground beef and Tillamook cheddar. Doesn't happen too often, just because Costco's a pain to get to. But I guess also I probably should do that in the near future anyway, now that my car's battery works. Toured the Tillamook cheese factory a decade ago. Got to try squeaky cheese. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've never been to a cheese... No, I have been to a cheese factory. Turns out my little brother lived somewhere close to a cheese factory that also has an outlet store where you can watch the cheese being made, which is kind of cool. What is wrong with me? Was indeed squeaky. I'm not surprised. Has something to do with how you, like, fold and, like, do something to the cheese. You have to, like, do something very specific. Kind of like knead the cheese, but knead seems like the wrong verb to make sure it doesn't squeak. Swear to God. Tasted good. That's a good sign. Yeah, just down the street, like, he could just buy, like, bricks, gigantic bricks of cheese. Which is absurd to me. At reasonable prices, honestly. It's very much a, we don't really want this brick of cheese, you can have it. Maybe that's why there's two there, is to give you time to wait. Surprised I lived. Cheese. Oh, I could have survived that. Yeah, it's one of the funny things about watching Iron Chef is, like... Because cheese is pretty much exclusive to Iron Chef Italian, who I haven't seen too much of, honestly. Like, I thought I'd get more challengers, but pretty much all of the ones where I just pick based upon ingredient, it ends up being Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi. Which is also good. His interviews are always funny. He always seems surprised about everything. Which, you know, given the short period of time they have to make choices about ingredients that they sometimes have never used, is pretty impressive. Like, yogurt battle. I don't think yogurt really has a place in traditional Chinese cookery, but here they are. Probably the weirdest one was the, like, shark fin soup with yogurt. Just because shark fin soup is already pretty weird. In the 90s, more culturally acceptable. Testing your patience and you're not even playing it? Yeah, I'm probably gonna enable cheats in a little bit and just see how much more level there is, just to see. Like, I want to get past this jump at least once. Properly. But it's very much just cycles. Waiting for cycles to line up. And then not fucking up when you do. I had no confidence in that jump. I should have had confidence. I might punt this till another time. Also, that's always an option, too. I've done that with other LDC levels. Because I know this level is trouble. Still happy with that. Yeah, I'm still happy with my queuing system. I put out the VOD for the Macromedia core sample thing on Wednesday. It looked like it was doing well, and then YouTube was like, nah, no, it's not. No one actually watched it. I'm not terribly surprised, given its relative niche appeal, but still happy I bothered getting around to doing the mild editing for it and making it happen. I mean, it also didn't take that long. I probably spent more time making the thumbnail, which wasn't very good. Oh no, nope, I waited too long. What was I doing? Okay. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the weird, like, I guess... You know, interestingly enough, you could use this to implement sort of a faster retry. Maybe that's the intent of using the Koopa here, is to implement a relatively fast retry. I hadn't considered that, but, like, that is faster than waiting for me to press B. I don't have to worry about waiting for input to be accepted, it just goes. If I'd held any button, I would have been safe. Yeah, I'm planning to bring that back for the request queue thing for things other than OLDC. It works for everything. I'm happy with my design for it. I'm glad I took some time to think about how it should be implemented. The only thing I'm not terribly happy with is that I'm storing people's display names. I would rather put them into the Twitch user table, but like the people using this are not going to be auth against my system, and so it's probably better to not include them in that table. One of those like weird things. But at the same time, if I store display names in the table, which I do, it means that when someone changes their name, it's not going to change in the request queue retroactively, which a little bit of a bummer, but not the end of the world, I guess. Okay. Jump there. Alright, legitimate jump. Now we wait. Okay, could have gone that cycle, didn't. I think this one's good. Okay. Go poof. No! I don't think I have enough experience with slope munchers. How to avoid that problem and still don't. Okay, just relax. Relax. None of that worked the way I thought it would. Imagine munching a slope. Who does that? I mean, I guess if you want to come up with creative imagery, I suppose one could use the word slope to indicate some sort of sexual characteristic. But, I mean, I think that's a bit obscure. How you doing, Kappa? I suppose using the most literal interpretation, it would definitely be a bad thing. It'd be like a version of, sort of a racist version of Hungry Hungry Hippos. But slope as a racial epithet is not a very well-known one these days. Probably for the best, honestly. Let's just use the word in all of its glory to refer to these horrible things right here. And of course, you know, like real-life usage, such as, I'm going to go down this slope, or the slope has a high grade. Has a relatively high grade, I'm going to switch into second gear. Even Pokey's optimism isn't helping anymore. And he's so optimistic. Look at that. He always thinks it's going to go well, even when he knows it's not. Truly an optimist, the Pokey. So simple, but so good. Okay. Now we wait. No! Well, it's a PB. That is a PB of sorts. Okay, I think after the next death, I'm going to take an exploratory enable cheats and see, like, what's being expected of me, because I'm pretty sure... I was going to look this up while I was taking a short break, but I'm pretty sure the last Nitrogen level I played also tried my patience to an extreme degree. Nope. Let me check. I'm curious. This is easy for me to check after all. Kaleidos Slope. Yep. Great title screen. Unfortunate level. For me. Oh. Super Pokey! Still dying. Patience level design when? You know, that's not a bad idea. I don't know, I feel like I've seen a few of those, like, I think Panga made one of those for Mario Maker 2, is like, how long can this particular level take you to beat? Like, trying to find a maximal length of level in terms of real time, because, you know, there's a fixed clock amount in Mario Maker 2, but without any other real constraint. Whee! But it's many, many hours, is the long story short. Yeah, this is exploratory. I do not care about getting hit. I just want to learn what's ahead. Like, I think the smart money would have been cute. Let's see, duck. There we go. So you would have been forced to become small here. And then you need to be small here. Oh, you... Alright, fine. Actually, what do I do here to cheat? Is water level. Yeah, there we go. Alright, then you do that. Then you need to somehow... You need to jump on the cluster. Jump over that. Land this jump, which requires slope going. And this is only the first half! And there was no H. Yeah, okay. Okay, yep. I might try again later. But not today. Not today. I am done with this. I'll consider it. But not very... Oh, for fuck's sake. Not very highly. Of course. Yeah, this is kind of what I expect from Nitrogen. I think Nitrogen's shtick is like making really long... Like really, really long levels. This did an H on the halfway? Absolutely, but like, I don't think Nitrogen believes in midways. Let's see what it says. Inspiration, Mario 3 Hand Traps, SMW, Gaiden, Sig, maybe Super. I could buy at least a few of those. Never played Sig or maybe Super. I think that's a Kaizo thing, isn't it? Gaiden is a weird one. Alright, anyway. That sure was fun. Oh, not gonna roll a random one. I have requests. 1. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna come back to that. That's, I think falls into needlessly sadistic. Like, I think playing with save states, that wouldn't be so bad, but I don't do save states.